I'll do readings in that live. When you have subscribed beforehand, you could get a 3-card reading. So I do a few 3-card readings for people that have subscribed. But I will also do, for people that didn't subscribe, I will also do a 1-card reading from the deck. You can get your answer on a question you have. You don't have to tell the question you have. I will give you the answer from the energy in the cards. I read the energy in the cards, the symbolism I've put in them, the energy I read in it. You have to translate the answer to your own situation. And that's the beautiful part. So it's a cooperation between us. It's not possible to predict the future because you influence the future. So what the cards can tell when you have a 3-card reading, what energies are at hand in the question you have, and what your strengths are to change your situation for the better, and what you have to overcome, the restrictions you have in you that restrict you from going the good way. But predictions are not possible. The only thing you can do is have the intention to get it your way, to get it how you want, to fantasize about it and feel good about that fantasy as if it's already there. That's the way to manifest. I will start the live for the readings at 2 o'clock, so that's in 20 minutes. And then I do the 3-card readings first. And I will do 1-card readings for people who haven't subscribed for the 3-card reading. And you will get 1 card, the energy of 1 card explained for your own situation. If you are Dutch, next week I will do a live again in Dutch, and in this weekend I will announce that live, and you can subscribe for a personal 3-card reading in the comment box with the announcement. No, you don't have to have a specific question for the cards. Thank you, it's a good question. I will explain what your power is, or what you have to overcome, what you have to change. That's my way of explaining the cards. I can see a stagnation in the situation and what the essence is of that. And I can see the strength you have that you can use to change the situation. How are these cards called? Black and white oracle cards. Homemade black and white oracle cards. Series 1. You can subscribe for a 3-card reading when you hear me announce a next live. When you give your name and say yes in the announcement of a live for next week. Next week is in Dutch. In 2 weeks it's again in English. In this weekend I will do the announcement for the Dutch. Then in the announcement, in the comment box, you can say your name and yes. And then you are on the list for the 3-card reading. When you want to have a 3-card reading in English, you have to wait till the announcement, not in upcoming weekend, but the weekend after, will be the announcement for the English live with readings, and then you can put your name in the comment box there for a personal 3-card reading. Now, it's not possible to subscribe for a 3-card reading today in English, so you have to accept a 1-card reading or wait. In 2 weeks I will be having an English live with readings in English again, and beforehand in the announcement, you always can subscribe. In next Live in English, I have some room, and there I do the 1 card readings for everyone who didn't subscribe for the 3 card reading. And I could start for people who are here now. We'll start with the 1 card question. If you have a question for yourself, you don't have to write the question. You just have to think about the question and think about a number between 1 and 81. 1 card, yes. Give me a number, user 4015, between 1 and 81, and I will give you a 1 card reading. Jessie says 2447. Okay, just wait a minute. I will write something down. 12 for Laka. Laka. Maybe it's nice when you say your first name behind the number. 20, Levi, 46. Borrel, 24. Jesse. I'll do it in English. Yes, Levi. Okay. And Yvette, 47. Just a minute, I will ask it in the live again. I'll stop because these are enough. I will start with Laka. You had 12. Laka. 12. This one, upright, is about a tree that is standing centuries. This is your answer, Laka, on the question you have. But upright, is it a tree that is strong? It's standing there for centuries. Its roots are deep in the ground and it's sturdy and it can't be blown away. But it's upside down. So you are in some way, you have become uncertain about something. And that is hindering you to go forward. So I think this card is about respect yourself more and learn to love yourself more, because that will help you be solid as a rock, or solid as a tree in this case. So self-love is for you the key to the question that you had. For everyone that's joining in, I'm doing a 1 card reading for some people that have given me a number. At 2 o'clock Amsterdam time, 1 o'clock UTC, I will do the readings that people subscribe to. Levi, 37. It's also upside down. This card is in the upright position. Happy wife, happy life. It's not about the wife, of course. It's about the loved ones you have. When they are glad, you are glad too. This says that when you do your best to make the people that you love happy, things will go smoother. But something is blocking you, and maybe it's that it's difficult for you to give your love now because you resent something in the people that you love. Maybe there's a blockage in opening your heart again to them. But that's the invitation of the card is like that. Don't be anxious about being hurt. Hurt with a T. Hurt. Because when you open your heart and you show what's living inside you, that's the way to connect again. You can't wait for the other one to come with his or her love to change the situation. You have to make the first step. That's because it's upside down. I hope it helps. And then we have 46. I kept them in the pile because I want them to be upside down or upright as they are. So I could pick them easily from somewhere else. 46. It's upside down. Borrel, yeah. Borrel. You have this one upside down. And this one is a difficult one to see, but because it's shimmering. But here, this is een pleintje. I don't know. I'm lost for words. I don't know. Here is a space, and there are buildings behind it, and around this space there are trees, and the trees have grown together with their branches in each other. This is being interconnected. It's about feeling that you are not alone on this world. That what you do has implications for everyone around you energetically. But you have lost that connection, or maybe you haven't lost the connection, but the consciousness about it. You have lost the idea that you are interconnected with nature, with something bigger than you, with yourself. So your attention must go to inside, feel yourself again, and feel that you are part of a greater community. Maybe nature, maybe family, maybe neighbors. I don't know what your community is. You are part of a bigger connection than you now agree to or want to see or feel. Now we have number 24 for Jessie. 24 is also upside down. This is for Jessie. Jessie, this was the card number you chose. This is someone who is looking down in the upright position, is looking down at the way he has come, the way he has already conquered. It's celebrating or acknowledging what you have already done. So it's acknowledging the learning process, the working for coming here. But you have it upside down. So that's what you don't do regularly. Maybe you give yourself too little acknowledgement for what you have already overcome, what you have already invested in yourself and in what you want to do. And that is an important part of success, is that you cheer yourself when no one else wants to cheer your accomplishments or doesn't see them as difficult, but it can be an accomplishment for you. So it's celebrate where you've come from and look back on where you are now in relation to a few years ago. So celebrating the steps you've taken already. Do this one upright, Yvette. This is starting a relationship by communicating. And this is a symbol. It has nothing to do with being pregnant or having a child. But it's about, from the standpoint of this man, it's about you're willing to connect with someone, But you have to go through the steps of starting a communication to build a relationship. When you want a relationship building, you have to take initiative to communicate about your wishes, about who you are, about what you feel. And when you don't do that, I don't know if it's upright or upside down, but if it's upright, it's about investing with talking about who you are and being interested about who the other is to develop a relationship. That was the 1-card reading I started, and now I will go through the 3-card readings. I have 4 people who have a 3-card reading, and Damjan, I have 4 cards. I have 4 cards. They all flew out, so I had to take them all. 3 of them are upside down, and 1 of them is upright. We have this one upside down, but I'll make it upright at first. This is, you can see, someone climbing up the hills. It's a group leader, but it's a blockage somewhere because it has a gray area around the number. And in the upright position, but you have overcome this because it's upside down with you, but in the upright position, it is going for the result and not attracting the group that with whom you have to get that result. So you forget the group behind you. You are going uphill and you don't attend to the people who have to come with you. This one is something you have learned. Maybe you were very focused on success, on results, and you forgot the people with whom you had to get that result, that journey you went on, but that is what you've learned. So that's a power you have now, that you are acknowledging the importance to get everyone on board. Then we have, I'll show it upright, but it was also upside down, another blockage. And you can see someone climbing a hill, but without help to support him or people to support him. There are no instruments in the original picture. You could see he was about 35 feet above ground, so when he doesn't succeed in that climb, he will fall and fall hard. So this is that you are over-exaggerating your possibilities, taking on too large of a challenge, that your ego is at work, get a result which is too much of a accomplishment, but you have overcome that one also, Damjan. You have learned that you can let yourself be supported in the tasks you take on. You are better in knowing when the task will be too difficult for you alone, and you are accepting help with that. So that's something you have conquered too. Two negatives have turned into a positive. You have become wiser by learning these lessons. And there is something that is at this moment energetically working in you. It can be explained in 2 ways. It's a positive card, but you have it upside down, but I will explain it upright. In this card, you'll see an explosion. This explosion card is a positive card because an explosion is sometimes necessary to change a situation for the better, to make room for new things to come in. And this card upside down can be explained in 2 different ways. First, It can be that you just have had that explosion, that shift in maybe a concrete situation, a situation of daily life, that changed something, that shook everything up. But it can also be a shift in thinking, in a way to act, in friends that leave suddenly or just come into your life. Some change has been there, upside down. That's one way to explain the upside down part, but there's another way. In the upright position, it can also be that the explosion is building up inside you. So there's a lot of energy, that's burning and moving inside your body, that you have to find a way to express, maybe in a conversation with someone who is related to that burning or to that heavy energy. But it can also be expressed in creative ways, by making a poem or singing a song or dancing or something like that. When that is the explanation that you relate to more, then the upside down position is, be aware that you are going to explode, or maybe you have exploded, and that's not a constructive way to use your energy. Your energy is also your power. So when you feel the energy building up inside you, you have to find a creative way to express it. If you don't express it, it will explode in a way that you won't be understood, and in a way that could be damaging. So be aware of the explosion or that is going to come if you don't attend to it, or you have been in an explosion in your world, in a shift in your world, and you are now trying to get everything okay. You always have to remind yourself that an explosion in this card is always to reset the things that don't fit you anymore. So it's a way to clear the ground, to make room for new experiences, new people, new habits, new thoughts, new ways of living, new missions. I think it's about there's been shifted something in your life. Damjan, a card that is in transition, is this one. The gray around the number says it's time to talk. And that because things have become difficult, and through a talk with someone or with different people, you can clear the air. So it's all about clearing the air, working together with people, making changes in the way you perceive yourself, and maybe also the world around you or the people you are living with. So here you have changed the way in which you view the people you are leading and are getting a result with. Here you are changing the way you are receiving the help or asking for help with difficult assignments. Here it's changing in itself by exploding. The energy was building up but is freed now, and now you have to change the world in a way that fits you more. And this is sideways. So this moment, this is changing for you. There has to come a conversation about something which is important to go on, and that is something you are doing. That the plan is made to talk. Okay, Damjan, that were the 4 cards for you. If you want to reflect on the cards, please give your feedback in the invitation announcement, the comment box where you wrote your name. That is the most simple for me to find it. Do you have a list of names? I have a list of names. I did Damjan with those 4 cards I just finished. Now I will do Javira. Clyde is the next and Joyce is the last one. And then afterwards I will do the 1 card readings that I started beforehand. So if you want to stay, you can get a 1 card answer. Javira of Javira. I have these cards for you. First I have pulled this one but upside down. In the upright position, it's about that nature is always pushing to expand. Kijk. Look, here you have a new leaf. It's always wanting to expand, to grow, to even when the circumstances are bad, it's always making new leaves until it dies, of course. But so this card for me is about growing, your growing potential. You, Javira, have a growing potential, but because it's upside down, you are somewhat hesitant to jump into that. You have your, I don't know what your doubts are. Maybe those are doubts about yourself, if you can manage the growth, or if you want another life or a life change about what you with what you do now. But you have the potential to grow tremendously, but you refuse it in some way. But the next one is also maybe related to the first one. This, in the upright position, is the power of a lighthouse, I think you call it. A lighthouse. The lighthouse is shining its sign in the night, reflecting the place where you can come ashore. And such a lighthouse is withstanding storms and rain, and it's secure. It's secure and it's calling people ashore. So this card is a symbolism for, with your light, you can guide people home. You can guide people to where they want to go. But you have gotten it upside down, which means that you, maybe this is your mission, this is your ability, but you are somewhat hesitant to go for it. So I think these two are related. You have a beautiful growth potential. You have a gift, but you don't use it as much as you could. And something, maybe that's also, I mean, the reason why you don't step forward into your power. That's this one. You have this one also upside down. This one is knowing that you are a light, a soul connected to a greater soul, connected with other souls. But you are a unique light. You see that there are more lights on earth, but every light has its own character, its own color. And you are a unique light. But you are not believing that, or you are not following that notion. So these three together are saying, why wait in believing in yourself? Why wait with going with the flow and with growing the way you want to grow? You have a beautiful gift, and you have a beautiful community with you can relate to develop that gift. But you have to invest in that way. And then we have a fourth, Javira, and the fourth one is this. In the upright position, it's a negative, but you have conquered this. This is an apartment building. And in that apartment building, it's easy to disappear in your own world and being in the safe environment of your apartment. So, what you have overcome is you are being a part of an institution, of a building, of a community, because the building can stand for everything that is already there, a structure. You are being a part of that community, building, structure, and in that part you have come home to yourself. So you have made a home for yourself. So what I see in those four cards is that the home you succeeded to make for yourself, to be yourself in, to relax and be happy in, you could expand externally. You could show externally because you have something in that way to do. But I think you have a gift, and your step is now. And you got four cards. They flew out, so it's the energy is waiting to go outside. I think it's time to learn what you learned here, to be comfortable in yourself, in your own life, in your own room, to expand outside, to give to the world, to find your soul group, and to go for it. So Javira, I hope you can relate with this information.